I want to talk more about um, why I believe that our only way out is by getting rid of the internet and social media. Man, that seems like a crazy thing to say. It seems like a crazy thing to do. It seems like a crazy thing to think about. What if that happened? But I want to talk more about why I think that it might be a good thing. Now, I'm not against the internet and I'm not against social media. But I do see how, you know, like in the olden days, I'm going to say olden days. I'm almost 50 years old, you know. Um, I'm going to say like back in the olden days when everybody tuned into the news or got the newspaper for the day and read the headlines. Well, the internet and social media is way far ahead and really good for that stuff. But, but, as with any good thing, there's always a way to corrupt it. There's always a way to manipulate it and uh, use it for bad instead of good. Should we be surprised? You know, we've done this for longer than I've been around. So we have the internet, we have social media, we have these influences, like well beyond television, right? We're television is almost at this point, I think, extinct. Um, there's no just sitting and watching TV and having the TV guide and well, this is what you're gonna see for the day and this is what you're gonna see for the week. Now you can load things up and tune in and stream, and who needs antenna TV? I have antenna TV right behind me. Just because I don't watch TV unless it's to when I'm eating dinner at night, and it's reruns and it's classics and it's like 10 channels, and I'm okay with that. But I still have this thing that I'm talking to you on, this phone. So I still do have that. But like I said, there's people that you know they're a lot more committed than me. So in my video that I posted yesterday, I said that I think that it's going to take us not having internet access and not having social media to create change. I'm still thinking about that. And I'm talking about that again today. We are so conditioned by our own means, by the means of others. We are so conditioned into these habits that we have, to these screens, these little rectangles, to feel like we're a part of something. And within those little rectangles, there's all kinds of information. Right information, wrong information, entertainment, filler, distractions. A lot of enticement and a lot of promises in a way that each and every one of us, individually, no matter if we're in the same room with one person, 10 people, in a club with 100 people, sitting outside by ourselves with no people, that little goddamn rectangle full of entertainment is always there. Right? It's always there. We can get our needs met there easily. We can listen until we're bored and then click on something else. Right? We can be in a room with another person and get some sort of notification that enlivens us more than being in the same room with that person. Now, this is truly addiction. So, we're all there. We all have it. We're all guilty. So, when I talked yesterday about the only solution that I can think, the only positive solution that I can think of, is to have no access to the internet or social media to save ourselves. To me, that is the only answer. Well, how's that going to happen? How's that going to happen? And how would we do if that did happen? Oh, I'll talk about myself, and I know that there's other people that I know in my life that have done the same, and I have tried to distance myself on social media platforms as far as scrolling, picking up the phone, being a zombie, going, never really landing on anything, and being so overconsumed, but I really don't have any kind of energy left to give to anything in particular. It's just this constant overstimulation. I think most people could agree with me here with what I'm saying. But I truly believe that it's going to have to take something outside of ourselves or something to change this. We're not all going to collectively stop using the internet and stop using social media. But if something were to happen where we couldn't do it anymore, I believe that's what needs to happen. Because I don't think that we are strong enough to overcome this seduction of entertainment that we call living. We're not strong enough to shut it off. We're not strong enough to put it down. We're not strong enough to ignore the notification. We're not strong enough. We just aren't. We were. But this is, I think, something beyond our control. So, really, in my heart and my soul, I really hope that something changes to where we have to take that loss and we have to remember how to live again. Remember how to communicate again. Remember how to function without another fucking hit. This is addiction. I've smoked pot and you know, I've smoked cigarettes and I've drank in my life. You know, nothing more hardcore than that, but this is a collective addiction. So it's going to have to take something beyond us. Some kind of effort. To get us to stop doing what we're doing. To stop with our eyes glued to the news and our eyes glued to the social media and our ears glued to whatever words are being said in rhetoric, good or bad, right or wrong. Guys, I'm not being discriminative here. I'm talking about everyone. I'm talking about the collective. We're not strong enough to stop on our own. We can't. We can't do it. We can't. We can't commit to it. So, my hope is that something happens where we can't do it anymore. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of things are tied to the internet, right? A lot of things are tied online. It's very tangled. But I think being cut off from the internet and social media would be a great fucking start to getting back to reality, to living to wake up and not be in some sort of daydream, nightmare of some strange stories and false reality. Just it's really sad. It's really sad that we rely more on those little screens and that entertainment more than we do the people that we love and the people that we trust and the people that we're close to. Friends, family, strangers. It's really fucking sad. Yeah. I hope we lose it. I hope we do. I hope we have no access anymore to that. The thing. The internet. And social media. I think that would change a lot of things. Well, take care. Thank you for listening. Good to see you. Be safe out there and have a peaceful day. Later.